Ad franchising beats GHL SaaS every day, all day. There is no question. I will give you a couple of things and you can watch the rest of the video if they make sense. Number one, when you sell GHL SaaS, you're selling it for like 97 bucks to 197. When you do ad franchising, that agency model, you're selling it for 997 plus. Way better. That's number one. Number two, when you sell GHL SaaS, it's complicated. There's a ton of features. You have to learn all these tools and all this everything. When you do ad franchising, you basically have to do one thing. You have to do it really well, but as soon as you nail it, you can sell that one thing over and over and over again. If that's not reason enough right there, I don't know what is. This video is all about a workshop we did that walks you through how to do ad franchising, what the model is like, where it came from, how it works, and maybe whether or not you should do it. So if you're interested in a high margin agency model that you can actually build, this workshop is for you. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Hope to see you on the next video. Enjoy. My agency goals, my life goals, my business goals are to be doing exactly what you're seeing me do right there. Grab the chat and give me a 1 if you like those life goals, if that fits your MO, because if so, this is for you. If not, then if you like the idea of like just grinding and hustling, I don't know, man, you crazy. Grinding and hustling is overrated. Who thinks grinding and hustling is overrated? Give me a 2 in the chat. What do you guys think? Smart. Noah says 1.5. I like it. All right. So my goals, you guys, thank you for coming today. If you don't know, if this is your first time on a workshop with me or on a webinar with me, my name is Sam Carlson. I'm one of the co-founders of UpHex. And I've been in the agency space for about a decade now. And we have a really awesome software that makes ads really simple. We also have a really awesome coaching program that makes learning business and entrepreneurship in the agency game really straightforward. So when I tell you guys my goals are legitimately to be sitting on a beach in Hawaii, that is what I optimize my life for, is being able to travel, being with family, and not spending so much time doing everything in the world that can be done. I don't work 80 hours a week. I don't work really 8 hours a day. I should be doing, maybe I should work more. I don't know. I honestly think that the time we have is limited and I would rather spend it with, family, friends, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of our gig. And I feel like a lot of people who come into this game initially come in thinking, you know what Gary Vaynerchuk says and what a lot of these other influencers says, I'm willing to do, until they start doing it. And then like, bro, who wants to post 10 times a day? Who wants to be live? Who wants to be working all this craziness? No, not for me. My goals are to be sitting on the beach and to be chilling. And so I think many of you guys came here today to answer a very simple question. I made a claim, right? Let's answer the question and see if we match up here. There's a lot of agency models. What is the best agency model? Okay. There are, in fact, a lot of agency models, but Jerem, that's a big but, and I cannot lie. Selling websites, that's a model. Selling review automation, that's a model. Selling SEO, that's a model. Selling automation and selling all of these things together, that's also some people's model. It's kind of crazy if you ask me. Problem is a lot of these are incredibly common, which makes them hard to compete. A lot of these are very manual, very bespoke, very very custom, which makes them hard to repeat. And a lot of them take way too long and are boring, which makes them hard to sell. So a lot of people say that are in this community, and how many of you guys have heard this? Well, SaaS is the best. Give me a 1 in the chat if SaaS is the narrative that you have heard that is the best. Yes or no? Give me a 1 in the chat, and you're thinking to yourself, bam, all I'm going to do is slap my logo right onto high level, and people are going to come, and so is the money. How many of you guys have thought that in the past that was the model that you were going to pursue? right? The ones are flowing in. Okay. Listen, it's kind of a good story. The problem is, in reality, it's a little bit different. 6 months later, these are you guys have all seen screenshots like this, right? It's been 6 months. I still don't have any clients. I love the platform. Open to all suggestions at this point, right? The truth about SaaS, the model that is presented when you're doing SaaS, is everybody's doing it now, right? I think potentially there was a pretty good gap about 5 years ago, but a tactic known as a tactic blown. Most of the people spend all of their time spelling or selling just a huge menu of features, right? Just tons of stuff. Buy my crap, buy my tools. And they don't know what outcomes they're trying to optimize for. Ultimately, it's low ticket. And because it's low ticket, you have to have a crap ton of clients. Who wants a crap ton of clients? Put a 2 if you want a crap ton of clients. Okay. I personally, Paul, no. I think a ton of you are probably reading off the same sheet of music. A ton of clients paying you $97 a month. That is, I was gonna swear. That's dumb, personally. So, what's the best agency model? Here it is, in my humble opinion. IMHO. That's what the kids say. It's ad franchising. Ad franchising to me is the best model, period. And I will prove it to you. Okay, but first let's start out with this. Okay, what specifically is ad franchising? Ad franchising is, here's my quick one sentence description or definition of what ad franchising is: a highly specific, proven ad campaign that consistently produces new clients and can be repeated over and over with the same within the same niche proposition. Or in other words, does a realtor in Boise want the same thing as a realtor in Dallas? Give me a yes or a no. Do they want the same thing? Do they both want buyers or sellers? Yes, they do. Okay. Does a chiropractor in Seattle want the same thing as one in Orlando? Those are on opposite sides of the countries. Clearly, there's got to be some difference, right? Nope, they want the same thing. Does a plumber in LA want the same thing as one in Waikiki? Hells yeah. So if you answered yes to all that, then things get really, really interesting. Why? Because that, my friends, means that you can create something once and then you can sell it over and over and over and over. But before we get too far, you're thinking, well, marketing's different, right? This is where everything for you should change. Now, behind me, in the early days of direct response, here's a big stack of books that I love and I cherish. Thud. And all of these books are written by some of the greatest minds in direct response copywriting. Okay. The best people, uh, Gary Halbert, Gary Benzavanga, Joe Sugarman, Eugene Schwartz, some of the best names ever. Every great advertiser ever in history used one term and they used it very frequently. It was the foundation of their entire money making formula. Okay. If you haven't seen this before, let me get this out of the way. That was for effect, and now it's in my space. So, if you haven't seen this before, you are about to level up in terms of your skill set. It is called a marketing control. What is a marketing control? When an advertising piece sells a proven offer at a profit and can be repeated, that, my friends, is what is called a marketing control. Okay, now I'm not looking at you. I'm going to go ahead. You guys, if you can, turn your cameras on. If you're naked, don't turn your cameras on, but turn your cameras on. I want to see your lovely faces. All right. How many of you guys have ever heard, you can raise your actual hand, have ever heard of a marketing control? Mike has. Mike's in the program. Craig, Richard. Okay. A marketing control is the foundation of ad franchising. All right. Now, This next piece of video is um, is licensed. I can't record it, so I'm going to go ahead. That's why you guys are lucky for being here live. I'm going to go ahead and hit pause and resume recording. Uh, you guys, we just finished watching a video that laid out exactly what ad franchising means and the fundamentals. You guys, give me in terms of the concept of creating something once, selling it for 5,000 bucks, and then finding 1,000 clients across the country to sell that thing to. That's 5 million bucks. How challenging is that concept? It is not hard. And that's exactly what the copywriters of old did. That's exactly what they did. But I will tell you this has been entirely lost. Oh, today, marketers have no idea how to do this. They have no idea. Nobody does this. Everybody is chasing shiny objects and nobody is understanding the art of offer creation and then creating something once and then selling it over and over and over again. I'm telling you, this is the best model that nobody talks about. Marketing control. When an advertising piece sells a proven offer at a profit and can be repeated, that means you have the same market somewhere else. It can be franchised to like businesses over and over and over and make millions. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Does that make sense to you guys? What's up, Marcus? Thank you for the ones up. Greg, thank you for the, not ones up. That's a thumbs up. All right. This is what we're talking about, you guys. And if you think about it in terms of franchising, well, franchising, the concept of franchising brick and mortar, everybody knows about it. And by the way, every business is like, well, I'm going to franchise it because they know how incredible it would be to franchise it. But even franchising brick and mortar, bro, it's expensive. Setting up is crazy. Like the amount of money it takes to hire a legal team and do all that crap. It is expensive. It takes a ton of time and it is super duper complicated. Ad franchising kicks the poo-poo out of everything, you guys. All you got to do is get a few proven ad campaigns and then sell them over and over and over again. Now, I'm going to show you something right now. I'm going to show you something that I don't usually show, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. You want to see 3 ads that produced millions of dollars in my agency? You want to see them? Give me a 2 in the chat if you want to see those. Give me a 2. You want to see them? I have practiced the art of ad franchising live and in person for many, many moons. Look how stupid that looks. That thing, that is a knee decompression ad, and it absolutely crushed. That knee decompression ad not only got me clients on autopilot, the inventor of the product who created it had me come and speak at their manufacturing facility once a year. They would have me come in and talk about marketing, and people would be like, hey, will you do my marketing too? All because of this stupid, silly ad that we created once, and then we sold it over and over and over and over and over and over. And when I went to the conference, guess what ad I talked about? I talked about that ad. I showed them the ad. They're like, wow, that's really amazing. Can you use that in my area? Yes, I can. And then this stupid ad, spinal decompression, this one made even more. This ad right here, I got a case study out of Facebook using this ad. How many of you guys knew that I had a published case study? I shouldn't say I. Me and my agency, we had a published case study, right? If you didn't know, Facebook actually published a study, a case study on my agency for work that we did where we absolutely crushed it for a clinic. This ad right here was the one that crushed it. Look how hideous that ad is. It doesn't matter. The thing worked. And then this bad boy, these are 3 ads that made millions of dollars across the country. And maybe some in other places, like Australia and, I don't know, North America, other places. Did we ever have any clients outside of North America and Australia? I can't think of any. So we're going to go with those 3. These 3 ads made millions in those markets. And quite frankly, this ad franchising protocol was the the whole reason we created UpHex. This is what it was. When we built UpHex, we built it with the model of create something once, then sell it 1,000 times. All you marketers think that you're going to create ads like new every single time from scratch. That is nuck and futz. It makes no sense. You're guessing with money. What do you need? You need a marketing control. Say it with me. You need a marketing control. On the third time, I'm going to say marketing, and you guys are going to type in control. You ready? I'm going to give you enough time to type it in. Hit enter when I say marketing, and then you hit control. I'll give you a couple seconds to type it in. Okay. You guys need a marketing control. Dude, that was so cool. All the controls came in. That was fun. I just came up with that one on the fly. That's how important it is. You need a marketing control. Now, I'm going to walk you through my agency model, how we did it. We were the first ones to do it. Okay. Before Patient Stream, no agency had automated this with software. Okay. We had one customer. I got to get rid of your guys' faces. It's getting over my presentation. I don't know what's coming next. We had one customer. We literally had 6 ads and ads that produced results. Okay. Like I said, we were the first ones to market. When we took it to market, we got 100 clients in just 2 months. Bam, like that. It was dope. Our churn from offering a service to doing it as a software, way better. Our support actually got easier. You want to know why our support got easier? Because instead of chasing people when they were reacting to a support, we got proactive. You want to know what happens when somebody's ad costs are going up and you say, hey, we saw something in your ad campaign and we made a couple changes. Give us 3 or 4 days and we'll see if that works. They're like, dude, this person's actually doing something with my fees that I'm paying. I'm getting something. I'm not telling them what to do. Most businesses have to chase their providers for the results that were promised to them. When you're proactive, you have proactive communication, that's your churn buster right there. And that's when we make sure your support easier. And then our customer outcomes were really good, okay? But you do have to be careful. It's incredibly easy to go from simple, like we had it, to go to like, hey man, I want to do everything because that's what everybody does. Okay? You will not do that. Why? Because when you answer this question right here, it is unnecessary. How many proven ad campaigns do you need in your library to have a successful agency? Drop a number in there. Sam says 1. 1. Okay. Noah. Mark 3. 1. 2 to 4. 1. I'm going to give you guys all. It kind of depends, but the point is you're all saying the right thing. 1, 4, but what you don't need are 20, 30, 40. Want to know how I know that? Because I took my template library and my agency up to 150 and it was bad. It was a shit show. So the point is you don't have to have as many, come on, you don't have to have as many as you think. In fact, when we started this is how I know this. When we started this is what UpHex used to look like. We only were able to give them 4 options. And quite frankly, there was the sciatica decompression and the spinal decompression, and the bulging disc decompression. That's all the same thing. It just looks a little bit better, but it's all the same campaign, right? And because we were limited to less, we scaled the poop out of it, and it was awesome. This is the model, you guys. I'm telling you right now, a small library of ads that actually work, that produce an outcome, and can be sold 1,000 times. You have rad ads to a niche audience that produce ROI. Or in other words, create once, sell 1,000 times. How cool is that? Give me a 1 if you're like blown away. If you're blown away, you're just thinking, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing I ever saw. Sam's right. This was great. Ad franchising does beat SaaS. Thank you for the wow, Bryce. That's great. All right. How about a little bit of Randy Gage, whoever that is? I don't know who Randy Gage is. Anybody know who Randy Gage is? He said something really, really smart. Success without duplication is merely future failures in disguise. All right. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I'm completely clueless. You lost me at slide number 1. On 10 being, I'm clear. I know what ad franchising is. Give me a number. Where are you guys right now? All right, good. Perfect. Because we have the moment of truth coming. I want you guys to ask yourselves a question. Do you really want to have a successful agency? I just joined. I'm a 6. I love that. Okay. Yes. Oh, here's my next question. Are you open to a little quiz? You guys open to a little quiz? All right, here's what we're going to do. I don't care if you get a phone or you get a piece of paper, whatever you're doing, but I genuinely want you guys. We're going to take an agency skills assessment test. All right. So grab a, piece of paper, whatever, because you're going to need that right now for where we're going in the workshop. If you don't do this by the time we end the assessment, you're going to be lost. You guys ready to go? Give me a 1 if you're ready to start counting your scores and you're ready to roll. Okay. 4 people, 5 people. Let's roll. You guys, you ready to do this? Okay. All right. Here is the moment of truth. Let's go. Question number 1. Do you currently generate more than $10,000 of monthly recurring revenues from clients? If you can answer yes consistently, then give yourself 2 points. Okay. If it's some months, but it's not consistent, give yourself 1 point. If it's not yet, give yourself 0 points. Okay. Question number 2. Do you have a clearly defined niche? And within that niche, do you have a unique selling proposition that makes you stand out from the competition? Answer yes if you have a niche plus a USP dialed in. If you have both, give yourself 2 points. If you just have a niche, but not really a USP, and what that means is if you have just identified a small group of people, but you have no strategic approach, give yourself 1 point. If you have no clear niche and you're selling to everybody, and be as honest as you can, guys. This only works if you're honest. Give yourself no points. We good? All right. Question number 3. Do you have a predictable way to get new clients whenever you want? Meaning, if it is time to get clients, you can turn the faucet on and get clients, whether that's with ads, some type of outbound thing you're doing, like cold DMs or something, referrals, events, something. If you needed a predictable way to get clients right now today, yes, predictable plus repeatable, give yourself 2 points. Somewhat, but not consistent. It's like if you've done something before and it's worked, but you don't repeat it that often, and you're not quite sure if it would work right now, give yourself a 1. And no, if it's random luck, give yourself no points. If it feels like you're getting like a digital kick to the balls every time you answer 0, don't worry, it's okay. We're gonna help you. All right, it's gonna be okay. I promise. Question number 4. There's only 2 more. Question number 4. Do you have systems in place to fulfill client work efficiently? So software automations, clear processes. Yes, you're highly systemized. Give yourself 2 points. Some processes, but still quite a bit of manual, hectic work. Give yourself 1 point. No systems. It's all custom and chaotic. Give yourself 0 points. Honestly, custom and chaotic, that's pretty common. All right, we good? Pop. Oh my gosh. All right, final question. Do you have confidence in your pricing and proven sales processes to close clients at a premium rate at $9.97 plus per month? Like if you had to sell what it is that you're selling at $9.97 per month, you could confidently say, yeah, I'm good. Yes, confident plus proven, give yourself 2 points. Sometimes, but often discount. I have to discount or I struggle, right? That's one point. And then no, I'm totally unsure and I know I'm undercharging. Give yourself no points. Whew. Let's let that just flake off. Some of you are feeling like gush, gall darn dandy like right now, and some of you are like, and then some of you are feeling like poo poo. Don't worry, we're here to make you feel less poo poo y. All right. So here's where we're at, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight into what success in this game. If you guys want to be living on the beach, like if that's your goal, if you want to be living on the beach, I'm going to give you one really clean thought. If you got an 8 to 10, you are skilled. And UpHex is here to help you multiply. If you got below an 8, a 4 to a 7, we have some hybrid area. And here's what I will tell you. If you are below a 7, the chances are you've been spending too much time learning tools and not enough time learning skills. I'm going to say that one more time. If you got below a 7, so 7's kind of borderline. If you got a 6 or below, the chances are you've been spending a lot of time learning software tools, learning automations, but you have not been learning actual entrepreneurial skills. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break off into 2 rooms. All right? If you want to learn how to do ad franchising and you scored, I would say a 7 to 10, we're going to break you off in a room with Heather. Heather, raise your hand. She's at the top left corner of my screen. I don't know where she is are for you guys. But there's Heather. She will take you in and she's going to walk you through how to start multiplying your ads faster inside of UpHex. Cool? If you are below that, then you're going to go into a workshop with me. All right? Now, before you choose, when you got into this game, did you think, dude, this is going to be totally awesome? Did you think, man, this seems so easy? Again, slap that brand on there and off you go. Or did you think, if I could just get enough to cover, like replace my job, or to give me $2,000 a month, or to whatever it is, it would totally be worth it? Was that you? You don't have to answer this in the chat. Let's leave that one rhetorical. Okay? Before you choose, was this you before? Did you think this? And today you think it's a little bit harder. Most challenges like the ones you're facing right now, if the answer was it is harder than I thought, are 100% because your focus has been on the wrong thing. Your focus has been on tools and has not been on skills. Here's what we're going to do. I have just opened rooms to go into, and I want you guys, you have 3 choices. You can go into a room with me and we can talk about what it takes to level up your skills, how that works. You can go in with Heather and she'll help you guys go in and use UpHex and really maximize that power of duplication, or you can bounce. All right, so at this point in the video, we actually did break off into 2 separate rooms, and I base it on where you as an agency owner are at. If you've got the skills, go learn more about our tool. We are there to help and support you. If you don't have the skills, what are the skills that you need? This is a discussion that we have all the time. If you want to know what skills you need, comment skills in the description of this video, and I will send you a link to where you can learn specifically what skills you need. It's not about the tools, what skills you need to start building a business and income online. Thanks for watching, especially until the end. Nice work. We'll see you in the next video.